All right, let's talk about investing. But forget about stocks, bonds, or real estate for a minute. Today, we're diving into the single most important asset you will ever own and how you can manage its portfolio for some serious long-term growth. So let's get right to it. So let me ask you a question, straight up. What do you think is your most valuable asset? Is it your house, your 401k, that business you poured your heart and soul into? We spend so much of our lives tracking these things, making sure they grow. But what if we're missing the biggest one of all? The thing is, your most valuable asset isn't tucked away in a safe deposit box or traded on the stock market. Nope, it's right here. In your chest. It's your heart. I mean, think about it. It's the engine that powers literally everything you do, every dream, every goal, every single moment. And just like any prime asset, it demands a really smart investment strategy.
So this is how we need to think about it. Looking at your heart health as a lifelong investment. Well, it's not about some quick fix. It's about building a long-term portfolio for a healthier, richer life. And you know what every smart investor does first, right? They start with an audit.
You've got to start with a comprehensive health audit. I mean, you wouldn't buy stock in a company without looking at its financials, would you? It's the same idea. You need to understand the current state of your asset. You got to know its strengths, its weaknesses, and its performance metrics. Basically, you need the data.
So what does this health audit actually look like? Well, it's not as scary as it sounds. We can break it down into 3 really straightforward steps. First up, a lifestyle evaluation. Then, a complete check of all your key vitals. And finally, and this is key, a future risk prediction. That's how you start planning for what's ahead.
And think of these as the key performance indicators, the KPIs on your health's balance sheet. You've got your basic operating numbers, like resting heart rate and blood pressure. You've got your asset quality review with that lipid profile, but then it gets even better. It gives you a 10-year forecast with a risk prediction and even a structural integrity report from the ECG and echocardiogram. Every single one of these numbers tells a piece of your story.
And here's the thing. This is where so many of us get stuck. You get a report, it's full of numbers and charts, you've got the data, but now what? What do you actually do with it? Because data without a strategy, it's just noise. It doesn't get you anywhere.
So, this is the pivot. Moving from just having data to building a real strategy. This is where you turn that audit into a personalized action plan. You wouldn't try to manage a complicated investment portfolio all by yourself, right? No, you'd hire an advisor. The exact same principle applies here. You need an expert guide to make sense of it all. And that expert guide? Well, it comes in the form of something called cardiac coaching. You can literally think of it as a financial advisor, but for your heart. It's this amazing service that takes hard science, real, evidence-based cardiology, and combines it with practical day-to-day lifestyle guidance. This is how you build your personalized investment plan.
So what's the mission statement for this investment strategy? It's really a 3-part approach to get you the maximum return. First, you protect your principal by preventing disease in the first place. Second, you support the portfolio's recovery if, say, a market shock has already happened. And third, you compound those gains by improving your long-term wellness for years and years to come.
Okay, let's get down to the bottom line. The part everyone wants to know about, the return on investment. After you've done the audit, after you've built the strategy, what's the actual payoff? What do you really get out of all this?
The returns are, well, they're profound. These are your dividends. First, the very real potential to prevent heart disease altogether. Second, having much better support and a stronger recovery if you're already dealing with a cardiac event. And third, that beautiful, long-term compounding gain of just feeling great, of true cardiac wellness. This isn't a one-time payout. We're talking about a lifetime of returns.
And honestly, this might be the most important takeaway from all of this. This whole thing isn't just about managing risk or trying to avoid a loss. A truly great investment is about securing a real, tangible gain. And in this case, that gain is the most valuable currency on earth. More time, more energy, more healthy, vibrant years to live your life.
So as we wrap this up, the question isn't whether your health is a valuable asset. We know it is. The real question is for you. What's your strategy for it? How are you going to take the data, turn it into a plan, and start investing in your own future? How will you invest in your health?